Let's begin with that Woj bomb, a decision that could transform the NBA for years to come. Kevin Durant requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets yesterday. Nets general manager Sean Marks is working with Durant and his representative, Rich Kleiman, on finding a trade partner. And if this is the end of KD and Kyrie, it is quite fair to say it didn't go according to plan. Including the playoffs, the two played a total of 58 games together across 3 seasons. Out of 247 scheduled games. And most importantly, of course, they won just a single playoff series together. As Adrian Wojnarowski joins us, and Woj, this certainly could be a transformational trade for any team. So what is the latest on the trade talks as of this morning?
Well, Hannah, obviously start with Kevin Durant, and just the volume and ferocity might be the word of calls landing in Brooklyn yesterday once the news was reported. Significant. I had teams tell me that they called Brooklyn more than once and upped their offers without even a counter. That's pretty unusual, but I think certainly teams understand how rare this is to have a player of Kevin Durant's stature on the trade market. And listen, I think there's no shortage of big markets, small markets. There are teams who normally wouldn't be able to even consider being able to get Kevin Durant in free agency, who now have an ability to trade for him with 4 years left on his contract. So, listen, I think there's a lot of different kinds of deals for the Nets to evaluate. You're going to have, I think everyone's going to give you, 3-4 picks moving forward, certainly young players, but there are also teams, veteran all-star players, young all-star players. So this is such a unique situation. I think it's going to take a few days at least to flesh out as teams, jockey to try to see, not just in one-on-one talks with Brooklyn, but in multi-team deals where a team may not have the particular player that fits for Brooklyn, but they could go get it in a 3 or 4 team trade. This just opens up, I think the imagination of front offices is really being tested here because I think there are so many teams who are interested in trying to acquire Kevin Durant. How do you separate your team and your package from all the others?
18 months ago, Woj, the big three were together. So Kyrie, KD, Harden, they were title favorites. What happened?
That's a long answer, Hannah. And obviously, I think what happened here in the last few months, the combination of the acrimonious talks with Kyrie Irving and the Nets about his future, their unwillingness to commit long-term to him, his inability to find a long-term deal and a sign and trade in the marketplace, and the Warriors winning a championship, it played a factor in this. I think it exasperated Kevin Durant's frustration. I think that's the narrative that surrounded him that he dealt with in the aftermath of him leaving Golden State and then going on to win a title without him, contrasted with what has gone on in Brooklyn in these last 3 years and how, James Harden comes, James Harden goes. I mean, remember, James Harden was traded. They traded for him because I thought he was he gave them an ability to be able to keep Kevin Durant long-term because they didn't know that they could count on Kyrie Irving, and he came and left in the interim. And in the end, I think for Kevin Durant, essentially I'm told, I think what he described to ownership yesterday when he asked for the trade was that he needed a change of scenery. And so he's headed for that. I think certainly Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving have both very likely, almost assuredly, played their last games in Brooklyn.
Yeah, ironically, that 4-year extension actually kicks in today for Kevin Durant. Woj, thank you so much for all your great reporting. We'll talk to you in a bit. Meanwhile, so much insight here in the studio. Oh, we've got Tim and Nick and Wendy and Vince Carter joining us on Get Up. And Wendy, I told you so. You can very, very assuredly say that to the rest of us, because you were saying if the Nets didn't lock up Kyrie long term, that they ran a real risk of losing KD. So you heard Woj also bring the Warriors into this mix and their success. How do you see it?
They lost the billionaire, and that's Joe Tsai, the owner. He lost his belief that this could work. And he attempted, through Sean Marks, his general manager, to renegotiate not just the contract of Kyrie Irving, but the sort of contract of the way they were going to interact with each other. And I think the last straw to me was when Kyrie said, "See you in the fall." Because that was sort of a declaration of, all right, I'm going to give you one more year, you're going to get one more year. And I think they were just like, we are not willing to do this anymore. And I think Durant saw the writing on the wall too, and they realized that there was no way this could stay together. And they could have capitulated, Hannah. They could have just renegotiated and given Kyrie what they wanted, but that's what they've done for the last 3 years. And I think Joe's side, with Sean Marks' support, put their foot down. They knew it could come to this. And I actually think, based on what I'm feeling, there's an immense sense of relief across that river in Brooklyn. Even though they are breaking apart potentially what we thought would be a title team, I think, and this is happy, there's going to be a sense of euphoria, at least short term, that is gone.
Okay.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.